So after I came out to you, what did you do to try to understand and cope with what I had told you?
Well, number one, I got on the computer, on the internet, and I read a lot. I also started looking around for a support group, and you told me that the Equality Center in Tulsa had a parent support group that met one night a month. And so I started going to that. And I know you and I would drive over together because you had a support group to attend also.
Right.
And then your group allowed me to go along and go out tacoing after the meeting. We'd go out and eat tacos.
Right.
But that support group was a big help to me because it's other parents. Now, most of those parents are dealing with younger children under 20. And yet they were very, very welcoming to me and made me feel at ease. It was led by one of my old college professors.
Right.
And just very supportive, and sitting there listening to them talk, and I learned from them, and I could ask questions and get answers there. And it was other parents who were experiencing the same thing I was, and it was a big help.
So it was very beneficial to it.
Oh,
to you.
absolutely.
Now, you're still going?
Well, not since we've had
This virus, but I mean when...
the COVID-19 thing, but when the Equality Center opens again, after all the restrictions are loosened, then I'll be going back over. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's a group here in Stillwater that I'm thinking of contacting. It's PFLAG.
Okay.
And I might check them out too.
All right.
But I'm not in. I think that support is important, and to realize that it's not you alone, it's not me alone. There are a lot of people just like us, and we're connecting with them.
That's one of the first things that I learned at my first meeting up at the Equality Center was I walked into the room where we all were gathering, and I realized that I wasn't the only one in the world
Going
through this. You know, I wasn't alone, and it has I don't think I would be as far as I am today without having the Equality Center.
I don't doubt that in the least. You've made really good friends there. And they give me hugs when I go over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's been a good thing to see.
So, some of my viewers has some questions for you. Do you feel up to it?
Sure.
Excellent.
Sure.
So, Deanna asks, Brianna, could you ask your mother if, by chance, she knew that you wanted to be a girl at a younger age?
I don't think, looking for what I don't think it's a choice that Bree wanted to be a girl. I think she was a girl. I don't think you choose your sex or your sexuality. I think that it just is. And so I never thought of things that way. I didn't see signs of Bree being feminine, not at all. She was quite a rough and tumble kid. We did have a doll, George, remember?
Right. I did.
I bought Bree a doll to have when I brought his younger brother home from the hospital. And George, both boys played with George. And he's around somewhere still today. We still have him.
Right.
But I didn't see signs at all. Not at all.
Well, Deanna, I hope that answered your question. Now, you'll remember this person from back when my brother and I were in high school, Mindy.
Yeah.
Hi,
Mindy.
Anyways, I reached out to her and reestablished with. And so I asked her if she had any questions for you. Mm-hmm. And so the question is, Mary Lee, when Brianna told you she was transgender, what was your first reaction?
I had two reactions. I was relieved because I thought something really terrible might be going on. A terminal illness, you know, mm-hmm. I can dream up all kinds of things that are worse than what is.
Right.
So I was relieved that this was all that it was. And I was relieved that she was finally talking to me about it. And I was also concerned for her safety. This is a dangerous world sometimes mm-hmm. for transgender people and gay. It's just not a very safe place sometimes, and so that was a concern. But it was mostly relief and understanding.
And she also asked one other question. What advice have you shared with Brianna about your experience as a woman?
Every once in a while, I'll give her a little hint about the way you wear something. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes you'll have a scarf on or something, a necklace, and I'll adjust it a little bit.
Right.
One time, we were in another city, and you put your shoulder bag on, and it was just kind of hanging there, and I turned around and put my hand on my shoulder bag to show you how you wear a shoulder bag, and you've done pretty well on your own, but I'll give you little hints along the way. Also, sometimes things about makeup.
Right. You've helped me with makeup, a little bit of fashion. Just bits and pieces here and there, and yeah.
I always have to be careful. I don't want to hurt your feelings, or if you think something is right.
Right.
I don't want to be critical.
Right.
But every once in a while, I can give you a hint.
Yeah, give me a hint or give me a little nudge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mindy also left a comment that she says, I am a proud daughter-in-law of a lesbian and a very proud mother of a gay man. But I had that first gut reaction of, what? When my son originally came out to me.
Yeah.
Does that sound kind of what you were feeling?
No, to me, it was finally, it was relief.
Right.
I have an answer
right.
to what's going on. I wasn't surprised. Mm-hmm. I was relieved. I knew something was going on. I didn't know what.
Right. Another question from one of my subscribers, and they want to remain anonymous, which is fine. Do you feel like you did something wrong in raising your child and feel responsible for your child's decision to transition?
Not at all. Not at all. And I don't feel like this is your choice. I think this is something you had to do. I don't feel like it's something that's caused by anybody at all. I'm glad you had the courage to go ahead and do it now. But I think this is something that you had to do. I hope that answers your question.
A lengthy conversation with another one of my subscribers. She is wanting to know this question. What is the best advice for parents who are struggling to understand why their children is wanting to transition?
This is a complicated issue.
It is.
It is really complicated. And I think you can try to understand. I don't think someone who isn't going through it or hasn't gone through it can really understand. I do think that our job isn't so much to understand as it is to be supportive and to love our kids through it. But there are a lot of things in life we don't understand.
I would also like to add to that comment that to help parents understand about transitioning, to reach out to the local diversity center or equality center that is nearby you. And they have resources, they've got people you can talk with, and that would be a good place to start.
And even if they're not close, Tulsa isn't really close. It's
about an hour and a half away.
Away, so that's a 3-hour drive round trip, and it's worth the time to go ahead and go to where a group is if you don't have one in your town.